October 2018, in Wausau, Wisconsin, a mother dropped off her two sons, including her 11-week-old infant named Benson, at the home of Marissa Tietsort for childcare. Within a few hours of the mother leaving, the infant suffered catastrophic blunt force head injuries while in Tietsort's care. Forensic reports later revealed that the impacts were so severe, they had even displaced the infant's tailbone. Despite knowing the child was dead, Tietsort did not call for emergency services or alert the mother. Instead, she engaged in a series of calculated deceptions to hide the death for as long as possible. While the deceased infant remained in her home, Tietsort's boyfriend returned, and the group decided to go to a local McDonald's for dinner. Surveillance footage from the restaurant showed Tietsort bringing the infant along in his car seat, placing the carrier in the booth next to them while they ate. To any casual observer, the baby appeared to be sleeping. After dinner, when the mother arrived to pick up her children, Tietsort had dressed the infant in a heavy snowsuit and pulled a winter hat down low over his eyes to conceal his ashen skin and blue lips. She handed the car seat to the mother without a word, allowing her to believe her son was merely in a deep sleep. The mother drove for some time before realizing her son was unresponsive. When she finally pulled him from the seat, she found his body cold and stiff. While the mother was desperately trying to revive her child and speaking with police, Tietsort and her boyfriend had already moved on to a local hotel, where they spent the evening swimming. During the subsequent investigation and court proceedings, Tietsort's demeanor became a point of significant public outcry, as she was observed smiling and appearing unbothered during police interrogations. The case was further complicated by the discovery that at the time of the infant's death, Tietsort was already facing separate charges for the physical abuse of an 11-month-old girl. She was also pregnant with her sixth child during her trial. Despite a letter to the judge in which she claimed she was not a monster, she was ultimately found guilty. In March 2022, Marissa Tietsort was sentenced to 37 years in prison for the homicide of baby Benson, with an additional 3 years for the previous abuse case. Evidence presented during Marissa Tietsort's 2022 trial and the preceding hearings focused heavily on the timeline of her actions and the calculated nature of her behavior following the infant's death. Prosecutors used a combination of forensic evidence and digital footprints to paint a picture of a woman who was fully aware of the tragedy but chose to prioritize her own convenience and a normal evening over the life of the child. One of the most damning pieces of evidence was surveillance footage from a local McDonald's. The jury watched video showing Tietsort, her boyfriend, and her own children eating dinner, while the deceased infant, Benson, sat in his car seat in the booth directly next to them. This footage was critical because it proved that Tietsort had ample opportunity to seek help or notify authorities, but instead chose to treat the dead child as a silent companion during a family meal. Digital evidence also played a major role. Shortly after the mother dropped her sons off, Tietsort sent her a text message. In a bizarre twist, Tietsort told the mother that she had seen a news story online stating she was charged with child abuse in a different case and was not supposed to be around children. Rather than expressing concern for the children in her care, she instructed the mother not to tell anyone she was watching them. This text established a motive for her deception. She was trying to avoid further legal trouble and arrest, as there was already an active warrant for her at that time. The forensic medical testimony was particularly harrowing. The medical examiner detailed the extent of the blunt force trauma, explaining that the injuries were not consistent with an accidental fall. The fact that the infant's tailbone was broken and displaced suggested an incredible amount of force, which the prosecution used to argue that the killing was intentional. Finally, the prosecution highlighted her behavior after the handoff. While the mother was discovering her dead child and police were arriving at the scene, Tietsort's location was tracked to a local hotel. Witnesses and records confirmed that she spent the remainder of the evening swimming in the hotel pool, an act the state argued showed a complete depravity of mind and a lack of human empathy. Despite an initial attempt to change her plea to not guilty by reason of insanity, she was found competent to stand trial. The jury ultimately found her guilty of first-degree intentional homicide, leading to the 37-year sentence she is currently serving. Would you like...
Sorry.
No, sorry.
I just was really angry, and it was just like, I was on Heather's phone with the star name, and I just couldn't want to say I'm sorry.
While this may not seem significant at first, it would turn out to be very important. Although the police can't head to Marissa's apartment to talk just yet, they do send an officer over to her building. The interview then gets underway, and at first, everything Heather and Jesse describe sounds normal. Heather was a longtime friend of Marissa's, and Marissa had been babysitting her kids whenever Heather had to work. However, as Heather and Jesse describe their interactions with Marissa while picking up the kids that night, it becomes clear that something was very, very wrong.
You guys both went inside. No, she didn't even let us inside.
Yeah,
she met us at the door. And then Marissa handed me the other baby.
Yep, and just
the diaper bag.
And then Heather was in the doorway for 2 seconds and said something about the hickey, and then the door shut, and we were gone.
And so it was just real quick. Like,
yeah. She was like,
she was at the door already with the kid.
That girl's face was beat.
I'm
not kidding you. What I thought in my head was, Jesus Christ, what the hell is she on?
And usually she's like, okay, what time tomorrow? Or, I'll see you
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
It was nothing. Nothing.
This is super unusual.
She
usually I go in the house and I help her at least pack the kids in their car, the baby in his car seat, and
what was Adam doing? Just sitting on the couch?
Sitting on the couch with his baby.
Was he like acting weird, shaking anything?
I didn't even barely look at him. It was dark in there. All that was on was the TV.
She just seemed so weird to me.
Yeah, but she was never really there. But it was.
But it was very. I know Marissa, and it was just.
And it was just weird.
Something was really off.
There's no denying that Marissa was acting suspiciously, and it was quickly becoming evident to Detective Holtz that if she wanted to find out the truth about Benson's death, she was going to have to find Marissa. Unfortunately, this would prove harder than anyone was expecting. Detective Holtz made her way to the apartment Marissa shared with Adam, her longtime boyfriend and the father of her children. With Jesse having texted Marissa about Benson's death, Detective Holtz wasn't sure what to expect when she got to the apartment. Just to be safe, she brought several officers along for backup, as well as Captain Graham.
Just relax.
Marissa, we're not going away! Open the door!
It soon became evident that no one was going to answer the door, leading officers to take drastic measures.
Police department, arrest warrant.
What's up, police? Anybody in here? Kids' room. Show me your hands, anybody?
Just as they had feared, Marissa was nowhere to be seen. But this didn't mean all hope was lost. Detective Holtz was able to get in touch with Marissa's service provider and have her phone tracked down to a local hotel known as the Plaza. Within an hour, Holtz and Graham were standing in front of Marissa's hotel door.
Morning, Adam.
Morning.
Is Marissa here?
What are you guys doing here?
Please, Adam, just cooperate with us, okay? We'll explain everything in a second.
Well, you already charged her. What the
Adam, stay here.
No. You guys are harassing the hell out of us. And she already got charged. We'll be at court. Why you gotta come here?
Well, because we need to talk to her about something new.
Something new?
Yep. Marissa, I need you to wake up. Why are you guys here?
Because we wanted to get away. We got
From what?
everything. Isn't it against the law to come stay at a hotel room for the night?
Can you get up so I can talk to you?
Now that the police finally have Marissa and Adam located, it's time to separate them for interviews and see if they have any information about what may have happened to Benson.
This is a very important conversation we're about to have, okay? Tell me about taking care of him today.
Oh, I was just watching him, and UT was fine.
Notice Marissa's upward inflection at the end of her sentence when she says he was fine.
UT was fine.
This is not typical of a statement, but rather a question, which indicates that Marissa isn't feeling sure about what she's saying.
That was about it.
Did you feed him, or?
I fed him once, and then he slept, and... Well, we went outside when they first got there a little bit, so... It was
You
nice
and
out.
the kids?
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Was he dressed in what?
He was dressed in a snowsuit and a blanket.
Okay. And then you were home alone, and then what time did Adam get home?
He got home at like almost, I don't know, maybe 6:30 or something like that.
Where was he at?
He was hunting.
Okay. And then what did you guys do after that, after Adam got home?
We went to eat a little bit after he got home.
Where'd you go?
McDonald's.
Which one?
The one over by the courthouse.
Okay. Go inside through the drive-thru?
We went inside.
Okay. How long did you stay there?
I don't know, about maybe 15 minutes tops.
Okay. So did you eat inside, or you just grab the food and then go?
We ate inside.
Okay. You were able to finish your meal in 15 minutes? That's pretty good. Okay.
He ate when he got there, and that was about it.
One bottle, like a full one, half one?
He ate like 4 ounces.
Okay.
But yeah, he like eats it depends.
Did Heather send that with you pre-made, or did you make that up? The bottle?
She sent it pre-made, and then, yeah.